Welcome back to another episode of What's Going On right here only on RETV. If you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and take care of that. Like the video and share us out. Um, so this week, this past week, Chris Rock's second installment to a multi-million-dollar deal that he made with Netflix years ago came out this past weekend, and it was one of the first live streaming events that this is new territory that Netflix is going to embark on. So I didn't watch it because I was thinking it was just going to pop up on Netflix and I'll be able to choose it and watch it. But no, I went to go watch it, and the TV that I was watching on said that it wasn't built for this live stream event. So I didn't feel like going to another TV in the house, so I just said I would look at it later. So I'm going to have to take a look at it. If you got to see it when it was live streaming, get in the comments below. Let us know what you think. Everybody has been wanting to know what Chris Rock had to say after that infamous slap last year. And I can't believe it's only been a year. It seems like it was like very much more recent. Okay, but what I want to do is I want to take a look at the article that I found on CNN about this. Okay, so let's just take a look really quick. So the title of the article is Chris Rock tackles selective outrage and Oscar slap in live Netflix special. Okay, and so, all right, let's read here. Chris Rock finally addressed the Oscar slap and made Netflix history on Saturday. It was March 4th, I believe, with the platform's first live global streaming event. I'm going to try to do a show tonight without offending it. I'm going to try to do a show tonight without offending nobody. I'm going to try my best because you never know who might get triggered, Rock said as he opened his set from Baltimore. People always say words hurt. Anybody who says words hurt has never been punched in the face. Now, okay. After that quick apparent reference to Will Smith slapping him on stage at last year's Academy Awards, Rock saved his jokes about the incident until the last 10 minutes of the show. I guess that's, and rightly so. You all know what happened to me. Getting smacked by Suge Smith, Rock said. It still hurts. I got summertime ringing in my ears, but I'm not a victim, baby. You'll never see me on Oprah or Gail crying. I took that hit like Pacquiao. Rock suggested Smith's response to his Oscars joke about his wife, Jada Pinkett Smith, was more about their relationship than him. Okay, so I'm not going to read the rest of that article, but it is a little bit more on there, and it also talks about some of the things that he said in his show. He came out in all white. I gotta watch it. But like I said before, if you actually were able to watch it live stream, get in the comments below and let us know. Comedy has come such a long way. I'm about to date myself with this next statement, but I remember back in the day, you either had to go to a comedy club to see live comedy, or if you remember Def Comedy Jam. Def Comedy Jam was the bee's knees, okay? And then there was one point in time where it used to come on like as a marathon on New Year's Eve. I don't know if you guys knew about that, but I definitely was front and center. And then, now fast forward to 2023 and post-COVID, I guess we're still trying to get post-COVID, but post-COVID, a lot of things can be done virtually. So now Netflix has had its first live streaming stand-up event. So how is this going to change the game, do you think? Is it going to change the game, or is it just more of the same that we've already had within this past 3 years? DJ D Nice, when he started those concerts on Instagram, and then we got the verses out of that as well. So I mean, it's all interesting to me, but I definitely have to catch this special. So I don't know. I'm a Chris Rock fan to an extent. Like, he has funny moments, but I never really thought of him as a funny person. But I'm interested in seeing this just to see how he, what he has to say. But he's had all this time to think about it. And I'm sure he's dealt with, the whole initial shock of the situation, because I'm not laughing at him, but the whole is still really crazy to me that it even happened. Like, Will Smith smacked Chris Rock on stage. Like, who would have picked that on a multiple choice question? Not me. But my personal opinion about this is that he really, really handled this in a mature way. And I say that because as you mature and become an adult, certain things that used to take you out of your square back in the day when you were younger no longer take you out of that square. And he really looked at this like, okay, something's happened, right? You got your feelings over here, but then you have whatever steps you're going to take to move past it. And he really literally thought about, I'm not going to say anything. I'm not going to do any interviews, but everybody's going to buy a ticket to see my next show. And I feel like everybody probably tuned in. I would be interested to see the numbers in that and like how can they tell how many people tuned in. I'm shocked that Dave Chappelle hasn't had a live something going on there. So I guess we can look forward to a lot more to come on that. It was also interesting to me that he did it on a Saturday night, like Saturday Night Live comedy or whatever. I was like, okay, I want to see those numbers on that. Okay, so March, as you know, is Women's History Month. Okay, if you didn't know, now you know. It's been going on for over 30 years, but we're not going to get into that. In honor of Women's History Month, we're going to talk about a couple of women who are making history with what they're doing. Now, I'm going to date myself again because if you grew up watching Sesame Street, then you know or are going to know how significant this young lady that I'm about to mention is. Okay, we're going to meet Megan. Okay, so Megan, the title of this article says she grew up watching Sesame Street. Then she made history as the show's first Black female puppeteer. This is Megan right here. I love the little doll. How cute is this? Okay, we'll read a little bit of this article. Megan Peace has always found magic in puppets. The self-trained ventriloquist and puppeteer grew up watching the sock puppets on Lamb Chop's Play Along, the hand puppets of Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, and the Muppets of Sesame Street. As a child, the characters seemed so alive, and it was only later that she learned what it took to create that sense of reality. Okay, so it became a passion of hers. I'm going to include this article in the description below, but everybody has to know about Sesame Street. But what I want to do is we're going to take a look at her website so we can learn a little bit more about her. Her name is Megan Pifus. Megan started puppetry and ventriloquism at the age of 10 years old and taught herself puppetry and ventriloquism by watching VHS tapes. Now, that's another one too, VHS tapes. I bet you our kids have no idea what they would ever need a VHS tape for right now. She spent her teenage years traveling the nation singing and performing ventriloquism at schools and churches. In 2010, she graduated valedictorian of her class at Princeton High School and became known as the valedictorian ventriloquist. She became Vanderbilt ventriloquist when she started college at Vanderbilt University, where she studied economics, music, Spanish, and graduated with honors. Okay, so I'm going to also include this link in the description below as well so that you can learn more about her. But shout out to Megan because she is the first Black female puppeteer in over 50 years. Okay, so that's definitely something to celebrate. So next, this person is making history because of where she is living and how she came to live there. It's no secret that housing is changing. People have smart homes. People are making shipping containers into their own homes. And this young lady is no different. We're going to take a look at this article because I'm actually impressed. So this 26-year-old pays $0 to live in a luxury tiny home she built for $35,000 in her backyard. We're going to take a look inside via some of the pictures that are on this website that I'm also going to include in the description below. But first of all, look how small that house is. Like, you're going to scream inside when you find out how many square feet it is. It says, in 2019, I bought a 3-bedroom, 1,400 square foot house in Atlanta, Georgia for $196,000. I figured I could earn extra income by renting out the spare rooms on Airbnb, especially since I traveled a lot for work and was rarely home. Unfortunately, the bookings dried up in 2020. No one wanted to share a house with a stranger in the early days of the pandemic. My work travels also stopped, so I was living alone in a house that felt way too big. But that May, as I stared out the kitchen window into my huge backyard, something clicked. I could use that space to build a tiny home to live in and fully rent out the main house. She going from 1,400 square feet. Y'all, I just have to let it out. The house that she's moving into, the tiny house, is only almost 300 square feet. Okay. She talks about how she built it. I'm not going to read that. I'm going to let you guys see that. So this is how the outside looks in the backyard. This is her tiny home. It's 296 square feet. I cannot. But after she finished building the tiny home in March of 2021, she immediately rented it out on Airbnb for a few months to recoup the cost by charging $89 and $129 per night and $1,300 for monthly leases. She was able to bring in almost $32,000 in gross rental income. And that January, she moved into the tiny house to save on living expenses. So here's some of the monthly associated costs for both homes. So the mortgage and property taxes is $1,200, electricity is $190, water is $110, internet is $80, so it's a total of $1,580. All of that was covered by the $2,725 she made from renting out the main house, which means she's able to live in her tiny home for free and still have money to save. Okay, so we're gonna look at a couple of the pictures. This looks good, but it's just so small. I don't know. I think this is amazing though. Like you can see up at the top where there's like more room for somebody to lay down. It's a little nook over there to use as a computer desk right by the window. I like the door to the kitchen. It's so little. Oh my goodness. There's the bathroom. I mean, it looks big enough. The kitchen actually looks bomb. I just can't imagine that it's that small, but I mean, it's definitely decorated very nicely. Shout out to her because I could not imagine. If you guys want to see more about that article, is in the description below. Definitely take a look, okay? Because the way things are going around here with rent and prices of houses and all of the other things that are happening, like we might need to look into these. It is time for the entrepreneur of the week. And this week, okay, my ladies who like fingernail polish, you know what I mean? There's all sorts of ways to get your nails painted or done, as we say. But when I came across this, I was like, I gotta place an order. And maybe you will too. So the company that I'm talking about today is called People of Color. So we're gonna go to the about section real quick so I can tell y'all what really made me click on this ad. Growing up, founder Jacqueline Carrington never saw images of nail polish colors reflected on brown skin tones, which made her skip nail polish altogether growing up. It wasn't until her 3-year-old daughter, Monroe, at the time, started coming back from visits with her Gigi, her grandma, with her nails painted, that Jacqueline found a new interest. She was on Good Morning America. I'm going to include the link below so you guys can hear this. Where she went on there to talk about her nail polish. It is our mission to celebrate and represent people of color through our nail polish collections and the stories that they tell. We want our tribe to know that our brand celebrates them and their beauty. People of color, you are us and we are you. Okay, so how could you not click on that, right? So when you go to the website, this is the first thing that you see. You see a shot of some of their colors. You can shop by collection. It's non-toxic, vegan, and cruelty-free. Okay? And they have so many different colors. And that is something that I struggle with too. I never know what color to get when I go get my nails done. Let's take a look at their gallery really quick. Okay, so here are some of their cut. Oh, that is a awesome yellow. I like that gold-ish tone. The colors pop. I have to say. Ooh, that's pretty too. Okay, they have free shipping on orders over $50. Okay, so we're just gonna check out their Instagram because you know how I like to do. We like to go ahead and give them a little follow while we're reviewing their site. So this is them on Instagram, People of Color Beauty. Definitely, definitely check them out. Don't forget to tell them that you heard about them on Relationship Entertainment Television and tell them Damita sent you. Okay? Okay. Now that we agree on that. Now it's time for yay or nay. All right. So, y'all know if you've been here before and you watch the show, you know I like to cruise these internet streets and I always come up with funny things to show you. And I always find myself thinking, what would I do if that happened to me? Or what do other people think? It's a small selection of things that I've come across that I just wonder what you think too. So, we're going to put it in the form of yay or nay. Okay, so my first one is, have you ever heard this conversation before? Yay or nay? Let's get this up here.
I agree. I think the washcloth is a poor person thing. Because
I've only met poors who use them. I've never met.
Wait, but is it also European? Because I have European friends that do it as well.
Maybe they're poor. I don't know.
I don't know. But we never did in my house.
No,
there was
it's
no
disgusting.
time for that.
I know. I've ended friendships when I saw washcloths. I'm serious. I don't want that stink on me, you know, that like poor stink.
Yeah. But I don't want to put your hands to your genitals.
We don't have that much soap to go around.
I agree. I think the washcloth is a poor person thing.
Now, I want comments. I want comments below. Yay or nay? Did you use a washcloth? Do you use a washcloth? Do you think washcloths are for poor people? That conversation was mind-blowing to me. So, I don't know, guys. Okay, so this next one is, I'm guessing a little girl is having a birthday party and somebody brings her a cake and, you know, they try to smash her face in the cake and she smashes it to them. Now, I'm picturing that this person is her mother. So, yay or nay, would you have reacted like this? Comment below. Let's take a look. Oh my God! I be wondering if some of these things are skits. I'm telling you, I just couldn't imagine nobody doing that to me. But then again, I wouldn't put anybody's face in a cake either. But I don't know. So this next thing is really just the question of yay or nay, are you here for this? Because somebody's talking about remaking a movie that none of us probably cared about anyway. But let me know what you think about this. It says, Baps director says Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion have inquired about a movie remake for Baps. Now, I'm not going to say I didn't watch Baps, and Baps wasn't funny to me when I watched it back then. But do we really need this movie? We're going to take a look and see what, according to Baller Alert, happened. Apparently, director Robert Townsend revealed that notable rappers Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion had contacted him about a possible Baps remake. Halle Berry and Natalie Desselle made the legendary movie iconic. The 1997 film envisioned two waitresses flying out to Los Angeles for a music video audition, hopefully using the money they raised for a combined salon and soul food spot. Desselle passed away in 2020, and ever since, there have been talks about bringing the film back in a new way. While discussing the movie with Slash Film, Townsend said, the thing that I would say is this. I'm a filmmaker. It's a well-made movie. And if you go on the ride and go, oh, it's two country girls trying to make some money, and then they find who they are at the end of the day. They win. But it's because they're being honest and transparent. Do gold diggers or women that have ulterior motives exist? Yeah. These two country girls from Decatur, Georgia got caught up in the scheme, but at the end of the day, we revealed their heart, and it's a love story. He continued, there's people that love the film, and some people that didn't get it. And those that love it, like you love it, and you get it, I've had people go, hey, we want to do a remake. Everybody from Megan Thee Stallion to Cardi B is like, could we do it? Still, even with all of the excitement about an update, Townsend is unsure. I mean, it's like, I don't know. So thank you for asking. The filmmaker also appreciates that Babs is still celebrated in today's society, saying he would like to see the film as part of the Criterion Collection. To read the rest, log on to balleralert.com. I'm going to include this link in the description below, as I do everything else. Get in the comments below. Clearly, I need to go rewatch the movie, because the way they broke it down in that statement, saying that it was like a love story and all of that, like, I haven't seen it in so long. Maybe I'm just thinking about how it looks, right? But maybe that's what I'll go do. I'll go back and watch it. But what do you guys think? Are you here for a remake of that? Did you feel like it was a love story when you watched it? I'll have to go see. A lot of people think that it will be fire. So, with that being said, thank you guys for joining us for another installment of What's Going On. Don't forget to like the video, share, and subscribe. If you haven't downloaded the app yet, what are you waiting for? You can also still find us on Roku TV. I'm your girl, DamitaJo, and I'll see you guys in the next video.
Hey, it's your girl, Tia Robertson. I'm the host of Entrepreneur Insider. Right here on RETV, every Thursday at 6 p.m. Eastern for entrepreneurs and news that you need to know about. See you there.
Welcome to What's Going On? My name is DamitaJo. Each Wednesday, you can find me here at 3 p.m. I'll be over here discussing different things that are going on and try to bring you a boost of positivity for your week, because we all need this. We're going to share some feel-good stories. We might find a hometown hero. We may take a look at some trending topic. And sometimes we might even find a lesson in a not-so-warm and fuzzy story if we can. I'm DamitaJo, and I'll see you guys on the next episode right here on What's Going On?